We are having fun today talking about the Detroit Lions secondary. A lot of good to talk about. We talked about it all offseason. How well can this unit be for the Detroit Lions? Right now, reports coming out of minicamp is damn good. So we're going to go in and talk about these players and what it means for the Lions season. It means good. Good with more good. But before we get into today's video, if you're a fan of the Detroit Lions and you like it from a fan perspective as well as a former player in Herman Moore, go ahead and subscribe to the channel because that's all we do on here is Detroit Lions talk, and we have a fun time doing so. Without further ado, let's get this intro going. As we all know, last year, the Lions secondary was cheeks, very bad. It's been bad for a couple of years. And in the offseason, they made some moves to getting C.J. Gardner-Johnson over from the Philadelphia Eagles, Cameron Sutton from the Steelers, Emmanuel Moseley from the 49ers, and you still have Kirby Joseph, Tracy Walker coming back, and you get Brian Branch in the NFL draft. Traded Jeffrey Okudah. A lot to talk about. We expect the secondary to take a jump. However, in minicamp, a lot of positive feedback is occurring right now. First off, the secondary is chirping, and they are talking a lot of smack. Thank you to a C.J. Gardner-Johnson for bringing that swag to the Lions secondary, and with him coming in there being very swaggy with the way he talks, the rest of the players, Kirby Joseph, Tracy Walker, the Lions that was on the last team, is getting that with them as well in their game. They're talking, and they are coming together as one unit. And in minicamp, Jared Goff's having a hard time because the coverage is absolutely sticky. We're seeing a lot of turnovers because of the players acquired. But also because when you bring in players like a C.J. Gardner-Johnson, he brings a different mentality to this unit. He's bringing such a massive value, not just with the play on the field, but the way he conducts himself on the field, how to be better than what you are, and by all accounts, that's what's occurring. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about C.J. Gardner-Johnson taking that role? Give me one word for it. I say amazing. And you're seeing other players step up. This is the importance of getting players like a C.J. Gardner-Johnson to elevate the play of players around them. Now, I thought they were going to be good. I didn't know they're going to be this good, this talented, this sticky. When you look at the units all together from the safety position and corners, because you could switch players around, right? You could put Brian Branch, nickel. You can put him at safety. Hell, even that linebacker. We've seen that in minicamp right now that what Aaron Glenn's doing, the versatility of players like him. You have so many different ways to confuse an offense and confuse a quarterback to where you're getting these turnovers that we covet. Kirby Joseph last year, ton of turnovers. But we need more to take the Lions to the next level, and we're seeing that with the mixture of coverage in the veteran leadership of Cam Sutton and Gardner-Johnson. And Emmanuel Moseley right now he's jumping to get back in the mix. So he's even above where I thought he would be health-wise, and Tracy Walker is as well. So you got a room full of guys that are performing at a high level, and the expectations is living up to it because expectations for the secondary is take a big jump, and players you may take a little bit of time to get on the field is not. They're on the field. Right now, we're seeing such good chemistry that this unit, I think, will be ready week one to absolutely frustrate the hell out of Patrick Mahomes and come together much quicker than expected. You know, it takes a little bit of time to gel, but we're seeing a minicamp that's gelling is happening. We're seeing Jerry Jacobs take his game up a notch. Cameron Sutton has been absolutely sticky. Now, he's the least of the vocal regarding talking garbage on the field, but he still does it. And he is straight with the wide receivers every single snap. The Lions secondary could be one of the best in the NFL. I thought they would take a nice jump, a really good jump. But, to go from one of the worst to one of the best, that's quite a difficult jump. However, it's happening right now. They're showing their versatility, flexibility, and multi-dimensional play on the field with Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn has an opportunity to put these players in so many different positions in his scheme that I think this could be one of the best units on this team, even over the offensive line, who we all think is fantastic, and the run game and the offense. I think the secondary is going to lead this team, turning the football over, giving it back to Jared Goff so he can go ahead and score some points with this magnificent offense. And if this trend continues, the Lions absolutely should be the NFC North champions. And they should be one of the teams contending for the NFC. It is amazing what we're seeing with this secondary. It's amazing what we're seeing in minicamp. And this is just the beginning. These guys haven't practiced that much yet. They're coming together this quick. Absolutely stunning that this is occurring. And shout out to Brad Holmes for making this positional group that was terrible last year to one of the best now in the NFL and can absolutely dominate the NFL. When you have players like C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who loves getting interceptions, Kirby Joseph as well, sticky when it comes to coverage for Cameron Sutton, Emmanuel Mosley, who looks like he's going to be good to go, maybe even training camp, who likes interceptions. Sky's the limit for what they can do this year damage-wise in the NFL. And we know with our offense that we can score mad points. We're one of the best offenses in football. We showed it last year. We're showing it right now in minicamp, still doing what we expect them to do with Ben Johnson. But now we have something different that we didn't have last year, an opportunity to continue to feed the offense the football by turnovers. And turnovers win games. That's one of the reasons why we went 8 wins with 2 losses last year, is we were turning the football over to the offense from the defense, and Jared Goff wasn't turning the football over in interceptions and fumbles. And so the Lions kept winning football games. Now it's taking that times 100 because this secondary is just going to feast on quarterbacks. Absolutely feast on them. It is going to be something to behold. And it's really encouraging to see this in camp right now. And I had the Lions getting 11 wins, and I think that's justified. But with what the secondary is doing right now in minicamp, what they've done in OTAs and how they're conducting themselves and they're gelling, it could be north of that. Because cohesion's got to happen. We've seen it before where it takes a little bit of time to gel, whether it be for offense or defense, in any specific positions. I've talked about it with Jared Goff and DJ Chark. It just takes a little bit of time, but once it happens, it's magic. But right now, it's happening, and it's magic right now. Jared Goff's having a hard time in practice, and that's what you want to see. You want to see that. And again, iron sharpens iron. You got a great offense that passes the football. They're having a hard time against this secondary. So you're only going to get better each unit-wise. Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn duking it out. Aaron Glenn finally have pieces he can utilize for this football team to take it to the next level. This is very good. And this is only reports from OTAs and one-day minicamp, but I suspect it's going to keep going on because you're seeing the beat writers all say the same thing, that this is awesome to watch. And you're seeing it. Player competing with player and elevating their game. And that is what's taking place. Brian Branch was one of the craziest picks that I've seen in a long time. Should have been a top 10 pick, falls to the Lions in round 2. And he's being utilized all over this defense. He's going to be getting significant playing time. And that is one of the, quote-unquote, I guess, least talented players on the secondary. It's insane because he's great. The depth there is amazing. So you can take some hits with some injuries and you're still going to be great. You're still going to be great. This secondary is showing signs of greatness. And I think they are going to be one of the best, if not the best secondary in the NFL. I know that's a bold statement to say. I know I may be here, it's the Honolulu Blue and Kool-Aid, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm just reading the articles. I'm seeing it. You can't deny what's taking place here. It's going to be awesome to see our secondary against Jordan Love, Kirk Cousins, and Justin Fields. The amount of turnovers and problems that they're going to give these quarterbacks is absolutely amazing. Let me know in the comment section, what rank do you think the Lions secondary will be in the NFL? 1, if you think they're the best. 32, if you think they're the worst. Let me know in the comment section. We're dropping videos here every single day, live shows, so make sure you're ready for that. With that said, folks, adios.